News will be breaking to you here on the network. There's tension in northwest Delhi as supporters of former Haryana Chief Minister Om Prakash Chautala have staged protests over his arrest in the teachers recruitment scam. The sentencing is in fact to take place today at the Rohini court. A huge number of Chautala supporters, you can see pictures on your screens, they're gathered in a show of strength for him. There are reports that police also fired tear gas shells to disperse people. Let's get a check from Associate Editor Atir Khan tracking developments. Atir, there was a huge security presence also, also of course preempting this kind of situation. Just take us through what you're witnessing.
Absolutely. Delhi police had anticipated this sort of resistance, and we know that Chautala is on a strong political footing. He had 31 seats in the last assembly election. So therefore, his son Abhay has already started a campaign saying that this is a political move and it is mainly to malign him. So today is a crucial day for him. It's a day of sentencing, day of judgment for him, his son and 53 others. Therefore, this is sort of posturing shows strength outside the court, but then it has been met out with heavy police resistance.
All right, Arthur will continue tracking developments for us. Thanks very much for joining us. Solar ruckus outside the Rohini court at the sentencing of Om Prakash Chautala, his son, and over 50 others who have been indicted in this case. Atir is still with us. Let's try and reconnect with him. Atir, this is of course a case. All right, we will try and bring Atir back on the phone line. At this stage, you can see scenes of ruckus that are playing outside the Rohini court. A show of strength in many ways. The former Chief Minister Om Prakash Chautala, who in fact had claimed that he should in fact be looked at leniently in this case. He served as Chief Minister of the state several times, and even a day in jail, he had said, was more punishment than any other. Now, at this stage, plenty of ruckus playing out. Remember, this is a case which goes back to 2003, where there was allegations of widespread corruption as far as the appointment of teachers was concerned in Haryana. A case which goes back to 1999-2000, where Om Prakash Chautala was directly involved. He was indicted as well. Remember, he was the Chief Minister from 95 to 2000 as well. In 2003, the Director of Primary Education, Sanjeev Kumar, had in fact taken the matter to the courts, had alleged that there was separate directions which were given to him, and the Apex Court in its order in November of 2003 had in fact directed the CBI to take up the investigation of the case. The CBI finding a direct role of Om Prakash Chautala as well, indictment of over 50 others. Let's try and reconnect with Atir Khan. Atir, plenty of ruckus that we're talking about at this stage playing out. You just take us through the images as you're witnessing right now as well. The police trying to bring the situation under control. We understand tear gas shells were also fired at protesters and demonstrators.
Well, that side, there was mild tear gas shelling from the side of the Delhi police to control the crowd. We know that Chautala is a popular Jat leader, and therefore the people from his community had gathered outside the court. We know in the last hearing he had contended, his lawyer had appeared before the court, and the plea was that due to old age and illness, he should be given a lenient sort of view. And we also know that he was hospitalized for a while. So all these proceedings have taken place. Now we need to see what view the court is going to take during the sentencing today.
No, Atir, but of course this case, this charge sheet also that we're talking about as far as Om Prakash Chautala is concerned, his son is concerned, senior members of the Indian administrative our services are also concerned. This also goes to show, what has been a huge problem for the state, and an indictment coming in. This sort of reaction, of course, must also be looked at quite severely.
Well, absolutely. Undoubtedly, we know that it was a very big scam, and CBI had carried out an in-depth investigation into this case. The case was filed in 2004. The charge sheet was filed in 2008. We know that these are serious allegations of corruption, of being a public servant. And therefore, a number of bureaucrats have also been charged and convicted in this case.
And it's been a long time coming as well as far as the judgment in this case is concerned, Atir. Because when you look at this case, been going on since 2003, a case in fact which dates back to 99-2000, a scam which dates back to 99-2000. 6 people in fact have died during this trial as well, out of the 62 accused.
Well, that's right. We know that, Aditya, mainly the nature of investigation of CBI in the case was of the evidence was mainly in the form of documents, and it does take some time for the question documents to be verified. So that is the view that CBI has. However, they say that they have a foolproof case, and that is how the conviction has taken place.
Well, the CBI claiming that it has a foolproof case, and this is how the conviction has taken place as well. Atir Khan reporting for the moment on developments that are playing outside a Rohini court, where demonstrators are out there protesting, well, against, of course, the sentencing today of former Chief Minister of Haryana, Om Prakash Chautala. Remember, he's indicted along with his son, over 50 others, in a corruption scam of illegal and wrongful recruitment of teachers, a scam which in fact dates back to 99-2000 as well. There were, of course, reports as well of Om Prakash Chautala not doing very well early after. In fact, he was arrested by the police. There were reports that he had breathing issues. He was taken to the hospital as well for a few days. Atir, just take us through more details. What happens from this point on? The sentencing, of course, is what is going on today.
Well, that's right. Today, the sentencing, the special court of CBI is going to pronounce the sentence. We know that the last hearing, the conviction has taken place, and the lawyer had contended for a lenient view. However, only in very extraordinary circumstances does the court take that view that leniency should be given. And he being a VVIP is no exception for the court and in the eyes of law. But very soon we'll get to know what is the sentence for Chautala, his son, and others.
Now, there have been, of course, serious allegations against the CBI as well, by the Chautalas. Abhay Singh Chautala, like you were pointing out, Atir, had said that the Congress had directed the CBI to frame Om Prakash Chautala as well. Remember, the CBI had been asking for maximum possible punishment. The CBI's role are being questioned by Abhay Singh Chautala as well.
Well, that's right. He has already started a campaign saying that this is basically the government, on the instance of government, the CBI has fixed him, and now he has been convicted. We know that he's a very strong leader. In the last assembly election, there were 31 seats which were won by his party. So therefore, he has this excuse of making it a political issue rather than going on the legal line.
And plenty of criticism also came his way when we picked up on comments from his lawyer saying that his ill health should also be considered, his age should be considered, the fact that he was a chief minister of the state or 5 times should be considered, and even a day, it was said, in jail would be a big punishment for him.
Well, that's right. We know that he's a political figure, and his lawyers are trying to defend him in whatever way they can. We know that he's been convicted, and it is a big setback for him and his party already. Now, so they are buying time, and they're trying to get whatever concession they could, but it needs to be seen what view the court is going to take today.
It certainly enjoys the people's support as far as the protests going on outside this Rohini court is concerned. Om Prakash Chautala sentencing, his son sentencing, over 50 others accused and indicted in this case. The sentencing is to go on today. Manamohan Singh Chinna now joins us for a backdrop of this case as well. Man, just give us a sense of the timeline of this case to this point. Remember, plenty of protests outside the Rohini court today, but there's been serious indictment of Om Prakash Chautala's role and direct involvement in this matter.
Well, yes, it is indeed a setback for Om Prakash Chautala and for the Indian National Lok Dal in Haryana. It is the principal opposition party having won a majority of seats, and this is going to have a huge impact on the political scenario in Haryana. In case Om Prakash Chautala is sent to prison for a prolonged period of time, and he is unable to contest elections in future along with his son. However, in case he receives a lesser sentence and is eligible to contest elections and continue his political career, the impact will definitely be lessened.
So the impact also depends on the kind of quantum of punishment, the sentencing which is to take place today. But just also give us a sense, of this case. The kind of charges that have been leveled against Om Prakash Chautala. These are very serious allegations. The CBI, remember, Man has asked for the maximum punishment in the case.
Well, yes, indeed, the charges are very severe of having being a mastermind in this entire recruitment scam and being at the center of it. But also remember that there is a fate of 3,000 plus teachers which is hanging in the balance. These teachers who were recruited by Om Prakash Chautala, they are still in service, and the Haryana government is yet to take a decision on what to do with them, depending upon what the court says. It would be very interesting to know what happens with these 3,000 teachers, because then there will be a groundswell, and maybe the feelers which we have been getting from Haryana is that the Congress government does not want to take any action unless directed by the court, because there would be an adverse groundswell against the Congress party. So quite an interesting situation here.
There will be a tremendous amount of groundswell as far as the sense goes against the Congress party, is what one is saying, perhaps a glimpse of which we are able to see play out outside the Rohini courts as well. But remember, the father-son duo were taken into custody on the 16th of January, the court holding them 53 others guilty of illegally recruiting over 3,000 junior basic trained teachers in the state. This happened, of course, scam of 1999 and 2000. They've all been held guilty of cheating, forgery, using fake documents, and also conspiracy under the IPC for abusing their official position under the Prevention of Corruption Act. But what kind of quantum we're going to look at is something we'll try and ascertain. But let's listen to some of these demonstrators outside the Rohini court.
जब तक उन्हें न्याय नहीं मिलेगा हम खून पसीना बहाने पर तैयार मरेंगे और मारने के लिए चौधरी ओम प्रकाश सुनो बासापुर में रुको मैं बासापुर में बाड़ा के नाम से कम रुको नहीं बाड़ा के नाम से बासापुर में जमीन सरकार ने अपने मान के लिए होटल में अपने लिए पूरा हरियाणा तो बेटा ने खरीद लिया है। हम क्या कहेंगे? हमारा सुप्रीम ओम प्रकाश चौटाला निर्दोष होते हुए जो किसी के मुंह में डूब डाल रहा था उसको अंदर कर दिया। हम बिल्कुल बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे। हम खून की जगह
चौधरी ओम प्रकाश चौटाला जी कभी सीबीआई से नहीं डरे। उन्होंने राहुल गांधी और वडेरा के हरियाणा होटल पलवल और गुड़गांव डिस्ट्रिक्ट में जो थे वो सारे कारनामे खोले, उनके कागजात दिखाए। इसका सीबीआई का इस्तेमाल करके चौधरी साहब पे झूठे आरोप लगा के चौधरी साहब को अंदर डालने का काम करेंगे। दुर्भाग्य काम पानी सभी कुछ बंद कर देंगे। हरियाणा से एक भी जिला मेंदरगढ़ से आए हैं और सीबीआई का दुरुपयोग किया गया है। हम इसके खिलाफ पूरी लड़ाई लड़ेंगे। जो भी फैसला आएगा वो चौटाला साहब के हक में आना चाहिए। उन्होंने 3200 लोगों को रोजगार दिया है, उनको को रोजगार दिया है। और कांग्रेस की सरकार हरियाणा में रॉबर्ट वडेरा जो इसका सोनिया का दामाद है, पूरे हरियाणा को उसने खरीदा है। इसके खिलाफ जांच होनी चाहिए।
Well, so angry reactions come across from demonstrators and protesters outside the Rohini court there, demanding strict action against the Congress government, saying that their role should be also probed. And these are, of course, false allegations they claim which have been leveled against the former Chief Minister. We've got headlines to Atir Khan and Manaman Singh Chingma trying to put this picture, the current situation, into perspective for us as well. Atir, you were also, of course, making this point about how the Congress has been facing the brunt. They've been facing, allegations of directing the CBI. The CBI, of course, also its role being questioned by demonstrators, and more severely so by these protesters outside this Rohini court.
Well, that's right. The CBI is the usual suspect when it comes to when the big political figures have been rounded up. And in this case also it's the same. We know that in this case...
I will try and reconnect with Atir and Man in just a moment. But remember, also the fate of some of these students that were affected by this current situation hangs in the balance. Nearly 150 primary teachers who are among those recruited illegally at present are posted at various schools across Gurgaon as well are a worried lot. Several teachers associations in the city have in fact said that they have been receiving frantic calls as well. These teachers, of course, fear for themselves. They're saying they're also being victimized and blamed for the former Chief Minister putting their career in jeopardy. So there's a different situation as well to be dealt with. Demonstrators, supporters of Om Prakash Chautala, his son, protesting outside this Rohini court, demanding the judgment, sentencing which is in his favor. Let's try and reconnect with Atir as well. Atir, also the other aspect which must be ascertained is some of those teachers who are able to get jobs, especially in Gurgaon as well, due to this alleged scam as far as Om Prakash Chautala is concerned. Their fate also hangs in the balance. They're also very concerned, and about what their future is going to be.
Well, that's right, Aditya. Clearly, as Vanavan was pointing out, their future also is, will be determined by. We already know that there is conviction. So now it needs to be seen what the judgment says. Obviously, the appointment will be questioned, the recruitment will be questioned. Now it needs to be seen how Haryana government is going to go about it.